Hi, hello, welcome to Sierra Circuit Space. I hope your week has been going amazing so far, even though it's only Tuesday when I'm recording this. Um, I decided I'm just gonna actually finally make myself records because I'm about to get super duper busy with exams as I was almost like a freaking month ago, but here we are. I feel kind of awkward on camera, but I want to show you guys my shirt. It is Winnie the Pooh, you know. And then I did a twist out and I put some little clamps and barrettes in my hair, feeling very cutesy, very full of whimsy, which I think we should have more of that in the world. Um, the purpose of this video is honestly, I don't really know, but I do know. I don't know, but I do know. I do know that with how I've been living my life and how just overall, at first, I actually wrote stuff down. At first, I wanted to prove a point. I wanted people to see that, oh, I'm not, naive. I'm not just like always up in the clouds. I wanted them to actually like understand me, to like truly see me for me. But then at some point, everything that I was doing, it became personal. I wanted to be I wanted to understand myself. I wanted to actually realize, like, no, you're not naive. Your goals don't sound crazy. You can actually go out and achieve your goals. Even though you haven't really seen anybody do them yet, you are capable of doing so. And it's it's something that even now it's still a learning curve. It's still just doing the small things to ensure that I know that I'm going to get to where I want to be. Like, for example, when I'm trying to explain my goals or what it is I want to achieve to people, not watering them down so they sound more attainable to them. Because there's been numerous of times where people have told me, oh, you need to be realistic. Oh, you need to, do something that, you're going to be like 100% sure that this is going to work out. It was never, oh, take a leap of faith and just see where life takes you. It was no, you need to do what you know. Like, you need to do what you're like 100. What the frick is that? Oh, it's my geode. You need to do what you're 100% certain you're going to be able to achieve. And with doing that, it was like, okay, but at the same time, I'm just, I never really understood why, they always told us to, think small. And I guess part of it comes from, they don't want to see us struggle. They don't want to see us like fail because like, if this is coming from like, a parent or like a guardian or someone who's over you, realistically thinking, you don't want to think that they'd want you to be in a position to where like, you're not succeeding. So I feel like they're automatically going to default into telling you to do what you're for sure is going to work. In this case, most of my family was trying to push me into doing medicine because like, you can always guarantee you can get a job in, medicine. But working in the medicine field is not something that I would have particularly enjoyed. And even though I worked with my brother, doing physical therapy things with him, that is not something that I could have seen myself doing long term, because then they started equating the, oh, you need to do something that's going to make money. I'm like, so it's to hell with my happiness. Literally the exact same sentence I said to my mom when she told me that, when I told her that I wanted to pursue marketing, I was like, so it's to hell with your daughter's happiness. When she told me that, she was gonna, all this other stuff. And it was just like, okay, so then, like now thinking back at it now, it's like, honestly, I don't know. I can't really, it's more so it's like, okay, is that like rooted in like your fear of me wanting to make sure I have a job? But something else I'm also realizing now is like with the successful marketing campaigns, you still need that level of humanness in order to connect with people. Because like while AI can do certain things, I feel like the ads and the stuff that they generate, they're kind of like emotionless. They're kind of like, this is pretty, but I don't really feel like any like deeper connection with it. Um, Something else. It was like, okay, so like I would record videos and stuff when I was in middle school, and there I said like she had a lot of anger. She was very spunky. She was like, you know what? I don't care if people. Oh, sorry. I don't care if people don't like me. Blah 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 blah. I'm still gonna do what I want to do. Yes, that is the energy, but that was the anger was coming from the fact that I didn't like the fact that I thought people thought I was naive, and I didn't like the fact that some people still called me annoying and some people just didn't understand me. And then at some point, I just stopped because I let that get to me. I no longer just created from a place of wanting to create. I created because I thought I needed to present whatever it was into the world and not just like exist. And now, as I'm allowing myself to post on YouTube and post on TikTok, it really started with a TikTok. But I soon learned that TikTok isn't necessarily my scene. I thrive more in long form videos. I like talking, and TikTok is like, very quick, very fast. You need to say what you need to say, if someone's going to scroll. And I started with maybe like 99 followers when I first started posting consistently back in late September. And now I'm at 120. So like I'm very like, fortunate. Fortunate. I'm just like, I'm happy in a sense that, how, though, how many, I can't do math on the top of my head, guys. I'm happy that those 21 people who decided to follow me in the span of my videos thought, what I had to say was worth listening to. And even now on YouTube, my video that is now at like 80 something views, it's still so like, it's it's shocking, but I'm like, I have like so much gratitude because when you are creating from a place of just creating for yourself, the results are just like, a bonus. Me posting something on Substack because I felt that I wanted to write about something, or me posting a video on YouTube because I wanted to share how um I manifest. And then suddenly 80 something people also wanted to hear how I manifest. And I'm like, that is like, excuse me, that is so cool. Excuse me. And as I continue to grow, I plan on keeping like this one thing in mind is like, you're posting this video because you want to talk about this. You're posting this video because, or you're posting this video because like you want to create this. You're posting this because you want to do this. You're doing this because you want to do this, not because you feel like you have this underlying obligation to create and perform and push out content because now you suddenly have more followers. No. I made this YouTube because I wanted a way to finally allow myself to get rid of the fear of being seen, and it's also helping me overcome the fear of thinking that I sound crazy or that I sound insane or I can no longer like stop second guessing myself because it's like just from like when you've been told, like you're too much or like, everything that you say makes no sense or like when you're getting out of the, oh, I'm just going to do this because I want to, like, I don't care if anyone understands me. Like there's still that underlying, you want to be understood, but then deep down it's like, okay, do I know what I'm saying? Do I know the message that I'm trying to relay? Do I know my intentions, whatever it is I'm trying to put out? And that's all that matters. And everything I say isn't going to be digestible by a lot of people. And there will be some people who really vibe with it, and then there will be people who don't vibe with it. That's okay, Because I'm not posting for either of those people. I'm posting for myself. I'm doing things for myself. I'm writing for myself. I'm coloring for myself. I'm playing Sims for myself. I wanted to play Sims for so long, but I had got swamped with studying exams, and I was like, okay, I want to record a video. Like, I want to record a gameplay video, but I could just never find the will to do so because, like, oh, my eyeballs are so tired after, like, studying for exams that I don't feel like recording gameplay or actively giving commentary. And then I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna excuse me. I'm just going to play the game. And I played the game, and that ended up recording some of the process. I didn't really like the sim, and that's okay. The goal was just to play sim. The goal was to just play Sims. It doesn't matter if the product I produced wasn't perfect. It's still something that I created, and I scratched my Sims itch. It's like, to those who want to draw and or maybe like paint something or like write something, and it's like you have this idea of what it is you have in your mind, but what keeps you from trying to get to that is because you're not happy with the first initial product. And you can't let that stop you, because when you were learning how to write your name, some of us were only able to write the first couple of letters, but that didn't stop us from eventually being able to write the rest of our name, because we could see the fact that when our parents or our teacher wrote down our name on the page in front of us and we were trying to write it out, we didn't let the fact that we couldn't write all the letters out yet stop us from eventually being able to write out our first, our middle, and our last name. It's like, when you're writing, let it be messy. I've reached the flow state a couple times already while writing recently, and it's made my brain feel so happy because I just haven't allowed myself to just write without, well, I don't know. It's mainly just like I really haven't just had time to, or I just haven't allowed myself to have the time to do so because I've been like, assignment, exam, assignment, exam, assignment, exam, right. So I wrote, and it felt really nice. Writing is cool. Hence now why I'm like on Substack. Literally all of my social media is Sierra Sacred Space except my personal account. But it's, ow. I'm just gonna title this video. It's personal. It's or should we do something that's like, gonna captivate the person who wants to click on the video if you're still here. I don't know. I'll figure it out in due time, but just know that, whatever you want to set your mind to, you should do it. And whatever it is you want to initially achieve, don't let where you are now stop you from getting there, because that place is very, very, very possible